Heyo! I'm Toycat, and Minecraft realms are incredible because they allow you to share your world with anyone, anywhere on the planet if you just know their Minecraft username. As a result, lots of people share their worlds with me, and so I even started a series called Realm Review, where I look at your Minecraft worlds and review it in sometimes nice, sometimes mean ways, but today I wanted to specifically do this different because this is the most requested series on the channel. There is not a day that goes by that I don't have a subscriber jumping in a live stream or leaving a comment saying, hey, when are you going to be doing Realm Review again? So I figured I would do precisely that, but with a bit of a twist. One, your world needs to be in 1.21, and two, I'm going to come away with 3 things about every single world. I want to have something positive to say, I want to rank it in terms of the quality and the uniqueness, but I want to have something negative to say about every single world, some critique and some feedback if you will. But the third thing I want to come out with is the best build in a given world that I've seen. I want to have something that is inspirational or that makes me want to build it for every single round we go through. So I have got dozens of invites to 1.21 worlds, and we're going to be doing those 3 things, starting with this one from FNAF Pro 132. You know it's going to be good with a username like that. Let's accept and let's join. So one of the reasons that I wanted to do things differently is because I tend to find that Minecraft worlds can be huge and incomprehensibly large, and that's why I want to stay focused in how we review them. And let's start with this one, which has a very interesting spawn. I love the idea of putting a beacon there, just allowing people to get away that little bit faster. And then they have a crab made of copper. I love this. What is the sign here? There's nothing we can do. Napoleon Crapata. That's dumb, but I love it. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, that's going to set the tone for the world, that and this space. Things are looking very promising already, I've got to say, but I'm obviously going to need to sleep before I can properly explore this, and I've got to say, this average starter Minecraft house here, looking very good. I like that they've taken the fairly basic house idea and decided to make it a whole new biome. And I also like that they've got a wolf with armor, Dougal. But let's go to sleep and let's look at the world. Okay, my first praise is off these random sculptures, but my first critique is off these random 2D ones. I feel like you can't properly mix 3D and 2D in the same world without it feeling like one is just a bizarre version of the other. But overall, I don't think it's the worst thing in this world. I think that would be this random sculk hole that exists over here. Did a sculk creeper explode? What's the reason for this? I like the amount of terraforming that's clearly been done. It kind of looks like a weird chunk error, but you can see it's not a full chunk size. It looks absolutely lovely, and I think flattening a ground like this, very lovely way to show that you have spent some time in a world without it necessarily showing in a way that might look like it's a default biome. The number of random daylight sensors on this is confusing to me, and the fact, I think that's the back of a Five Nights at Freddy's head, isn't it? So this is someone who loves their FNAF, can't fault them for that, but I can fault them for the fact that when you use the dispenser, they've used up all the minecarts. Come on, man, you gotta refill this thing, or not use a dispenser if it's gonna be that way. So, as a result, I will not be going on the roller coaster. It looks like it goes the entire way around their world, which is great. Also of note, I didn't even realize this till just now, because of the days played feature from 1.21, I can see they've spent 2,905 days in here. That is wild if you ask me, and you can see it shows off in the loot that they've collected, like flamethrowers and wait, what is it? Is it a flame bow? It is a flame bow. Very nice. Okay. So yeah, they've got a few nice builds here and there, and then a few very themed builds, we could perhaps say. The occasional random flex on the floor. Gotta say, that's a questionable use of diamonds, but I love the idea of using your resource blocks just to make a weird tower that no one's ever gonna see. And so, what do I think about the rest of this? What is in here? Oh, so many blocks of gold. Either they've been mining a lot of gold, or they have a gold farm somewhere, and for some reason store the contents on the top there. Or maybe the gold comes from somewhere else. Who am I to say? What I will say about this world is it seems like a lot of odd ideas that are banded together. I think a lot of those individual ideas have pulled off fairly well. Like, you know, I'm sure this is something that exists in lots of people's world, but making a replica of something you love in another game in Minecraft is one of the beauties of Minecraft, in my opinion. There are very few other games where you can show your love to another game inside of it, and so if you love FNAF or Portal or The Legend of Zelda, the fact that you can show that easily is actually pretty cool. It's not my favorite game, I'll be honest with you. I haven't played it, it looks very bizarre, and so I just never really got into it. But I like that they can theme this after something they love, but I don't like that it feels like in 2,900 days, There's one very tall tower with an F on and all the resource blocks, and then everything else looks like it was made within the first, like, 20. I almost wonder, like, did they go AFK for 1,000 days here or there? But, you know, to be fair, I think the overall praise would have to be, I like the theming. The overall criticism would have to be, I'm confused at the way that it all fits together. So I guess my praise is I like that they like something, and my opposite of praise is what the heck is going on here everywhere else besides the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. Except, actually, I like this too. So this is a solid second best thing in this world. And so if there's an inspirational build, I probably would say it's this. I like this a lot better than my crab, which I made using orange concrete. And I love that because of the trial chambers, if you wanted to make a crab, you could make this yourself. So this is my inspirational build from round 1. But so far, probably not the best round we're going through today. Okay, back to the invites, and let's scroll down so we find 1.21 and click on Kyle OMG12 or Mr. Ficuz 2 or Pew Pew. You know, this person names their realm. I'll go Pew Pew. Let's see what they've got. Round 2 has been played for 1,483 days, and you can see it a little better from, oh my god. Wow, what the heck is that? I am shocked and floored. But I'll start with the thing that isn't that. One of the things I always aim for in realm reviews after an update has come out is hopefully some inspiration for things to build in a given update. But weirdly, I always find that not only did most people build most of their things before, say, 1.21, but it's also very hard to incorporate an update into your builds for the first, like, few weeks and months that it's really out. It takes a while for people to work out all the really clever stuff. And, by the way, exit hole. That's fun. I like that you can just jump right out of here. Lovely. Great. I'm not sure how I feel about the red carpet being in such a weirdly laid out way, but let's go to bed somewhere around here, shall we? Oh, this is a very weird house. They tried to make like an oak mansion or something. I was looking around this house for so long confused, and then I finally saw this, and I knew what it must be in my heart, and you know what it is? It's where the bed is. But it took me so long to find it that daytime came. So let's go out and explore the slightly more impressive parts of this world. Because if I just saw this house, I would say, oh, yeah, this is, you know, it's a very basic first Minecraft house. It feels like the idea of saying, okay, when you've only got cobblestone and wood, build a house, except to a grand scale. Well, this clearly took hours for someone to make. But I personally feel like it's a kind of beautiful thing as a result of that. Because most people, by the time they're building this big, are using weird gradients and 7,000 different blocks. So there's something charming about using just 2 to make this, and the amount of oak that's actually coming into this makes it look surprisingly fancy. Speaking of surprisingly fancy, what the heck is going on here? Let's go to the big build in this world, because that's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, I figured as I got closer, the scale would become more evident. But weirdly, it seems to get bigger as you get closer to this. So I think this is modeled on this one. Oh, it's got mobs in here. Wait, what the heck? Is this going to have, like, every mob in a different pen? Like, in a different area here? So this is the pigs. I'm going to be honest. They do not understand their mobs very well. That's actually a boat. I can understand the confusion. They're both pretty wide. And over here is going to be another mob that they just haven't filled in yet. The pufferfish. But this is their plan to collect every single mob and put it inside of a walled area. I think that I've accidentally joined while they're midway through the progress. I bet they were. This is the sort of person who isn't asking, when are you doing realm review? This is or maybe this is the person asking, but saying, please not be in the next few weeks because they've got some giant project to finish. This is insane. Look at the scale of it. I love this as a project idea, and it's clearly so far off completion. They have 0 of the mobs complete and only 3 pens ready to use. 4 pens ready to use, it seems. But I love what I'm seeing, and I love ambition in a Minecraft world, especially when it's organized ambition like this seems to be. So this is nuts. This is wild. This is the entirety of the world, I think, though. I'm going to go looking for anything else. It looks like they spent the first 100 days working on a house, and then the next 1,000 working on whatever this is. But maybe I'm wrong. Wee of Pew Pew. Sometimes I join people's worlds, and I feel like I genuinely am a different species. Like, am I... You know, if I'm not saying skibbity gats is over the Sigma grind, if I'm not saying words like that, am I just a different type of human being? Am I like how when you speak to, you know, 70-year-olds and they don't understand iPhones, is that me? Or is it the other way around? Is Is it me speaking to the 70-year-old who doesn't believe in apps when I speak to someone who says, sign of... What? Why is this in a chest? I'm sorry for stealing your apples, but that's not an acceptable chest quantity, so I'm just gonna have these for myself. Oh, it's on peaceful, too. I have so many... What? Okay, even more questions now that I've just learned that it's on peaceful. To prove that to you, here's me taking damage. I'm healing at Java speeds, which is only possible on peaceful for Bedrock. Don't ask me why. So, yeah, it's an entire world... Wait, can I... Is it got cheats enabled then? No, it doesn't. They're playing survival peaceful, and they have built something insane and immense that even in creative would be a huge ask. I have questions that I don't think I'll be finding the answers to today. So I'll say for this world, my biggest critique is the fact that it's only 2 builds, and it's playing peaceful Minecraft, which isn't a big critique. Like, you can play whatever you want to, but it feels odd in a world like this. Maybe you don't agree. Like, they've clearly got mob grinders in here, so they clearly don't always play peaceful. And my biggest critique is that there's nothing tying these 3 builds together. They spent 1,000 days working on stuff, but don't have any, like, tying together infrastructure. My biggest praise is this. This is my favorite build that I would love to make. And my other big praise is the fact that, yeah, this is clearly someone who can plan a big project and has... done precisely that, and I hope to see some follow-through. If you are Pew Pew and you're watching this, do share on the IBX Toycat subreddit when you're done. One of my favorite things is seeing people's builds and stuff that are either inspired by videos or from a Realm review. I'd love to see what you make over there after this, because this is... I want to see whatever's going on with this. And I want honestly, this is the most inspirational build in a while. I want to build something like that myself too, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let you have it. Because that seems like a lot. Speaking of a lot, let's move into realm number 3. Ooh, next up I have a world which is very laggy and also very green. But not green because it's using grass, green because of moss, which I like this a lot. I don't care about the rest of this world I'm going to see now. I care about what I'm seeing right here. So inside of this are a bunch of things which I can take. A bonk, a carol crusher, a bunch of tools with Nixian on them, and indeed a spyglass should I want one, and why wouldn't I, you know? Let's go. Equip it all right now. Okay, this is... What was the name of it? 1.21 Toycat in it. Wait, one sec. And I've got to say, I admire that they got a fully completed bonk first here too. Also, interestingly, made the same decision as me not to include the Curse of Vanishing on it. Or knockback, I guess. This is a really intense world, actually. There's some form of copper golem with wings looking character over here, ruling over a graveyard. I want to go look at the graveyard now. I would have previously just assumed it was nothing, but I have some serious hopes now. Rip Void was killed by Endless Void. You know, I'm sad that they got rid of the Void, clearly. Rip Sugar, who was killed by Satan. This is that a cat name, or is that the concept of sugar? Rip Harrison, who was killed by Toycat. If I'm not mistaken, I bonked him. That was a pretty fun time. Pretty good to test the mace that way, back when it was even more powerful. And then Rip too much of drinking too much water. Rip by being killed by another hoe. And, you know, very fun little graveyard they've got here. But, oh, Dasher. Wow, how did you make it into here, Dasher? Sorry, there's sanctions on Russia, so I've got to leave this graveyard as quickly as possible and try and find any 1.21 themed builds in this world. I've got the 1.21 weapon, but do I see anything... Actually, is this... I think these are tough bricks, right? If I'm not mistaken. No, I am mistaken. What is this, actually? Oh. Something's happening here. It's crazy. Some parts of this world genuinely look like super flat, and then some parts look like that. Wait, by the way, did you see that? I mean, I was looking to go to sleep anyway, so I might as well do it in a familiar place. Oh my god. It's so accurate. Does the basement work? Ah, it does. To 1 block, at least. There is a jukebox in a wrong place. Or is that where my jukebox goes? You know, I'm starting to second guess myself. What world am I in? I thought I was meant to be doing Realm Review. What am I doing in the Let's Play world again? Oh no. But yeah, let's go to sleep. And let's wake up in the morning and then work out what's happening. This is a really impressive recreation. It's even got the ladders correct. The tiny details that no one would notice. So, hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another episode of Realm Review. You can tell it's not my real gear because it's very purple. I would never wear such purple armor. I like it. I like the look, though. It works for Netherite. Speaking of working for Netherite, let's go find some builds. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. This world is filled with things that I am very confused by, like this. There's 2 random pathways in the sky that just lead to a bed with a crafting table and a chest. And inside the chest is some pretty odd stuff. Is this a mini game? Is it a race? What is the purpose of this? I don't know, but I haven't seen anything 1.21 related yet. I see some beautiful map art they're in the middle of making, or in the middle of destroying maybe, but I don't see any trial chamber related stuff. Maybe in the Nether I'll find it, or maybe I'll just keep finding things like this. Oh yeah, I like that as a hole down into some caves. I like the grass down here too. It makes it very charming. How do you think there's something on the other side of this that we can just like scoop into? Oh, okay, let's just walk through. Okay, it's gotta be, no, it's nothing, Why did I do this? Oh, that was a bad idea, huh? Yep, nothing trial chamber related yet, but maybe that'll change soon. Okay, I found one. It's right here at spawn. If I just wasn't so distracted by that, I would have found it. Here is a 1.21 build. As you can see, it's using some concrete powder, honestly in a really nice way, to make like a giant copper bulb style monument on the inside. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but I like it. I think it's a very nice looking building and a great way to use some of the oxidized copper that you get from a trial chamber. Is this trial chamber related or is that prismarine actually? Okay, yeah, so it's next to something else that's very cool. I like the idea of building some monuments, and this is what I'm kind of talking about. This is really nicely made, but at the same time I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've seen in the world, but it is a good example of a 1.21 build. And I'm guessing these are going to be things obtained from trial chambers. Yes, it is. Oh my god, there's a lot of it, huh? So yeah, I like the idea that they went at it and they gave it a good shot, but it's not my favorite thing about this world. So my favorite thing about this world, actually, let's start with the overall praise. I like this world because I think the built-up areas are really, really cool, and I like that they're segregated from the natural areas. I think natural builds and really good, like kind of human-made builds are hard to mix together. This world does a really good job at blending them. My critique of the world is that there doesn't seem to be any organizational or wayfinding system, and I know something about the pot calling the kettle black there, but I do have to say I was a little lost and confused in a way I probably wouldn't be if I knew my way around, but I don't. And also my other critique would be the fact that I cannot believe that after all of this, there is a random floating thing in the sky that looks like scissors, but just isn't. What was the deal with that? And so, the inspirational build that I take from this, a part of me wants to say that, but I'm banned from putting flags in my Let's Play world. And so I cannot put up an orange version of the Austrian flag. But the thing that I would most like to build, if I were entirely free, is not this 1.21 style build. It's not this beautiful town that I was obsessed with. It's not even this flaming hot dog truck, which is just a really bizarre thing to be hidden in the nature portion of the world. It implies that this is a post-apocalyptic society because of how overrun it is. But instead, it's a toss-up between this spruce tree biome, which as you can see uses amethyst crystals for the leaves, and this graveyard right here. I really like the idea of having some fun flavor in your world, and I actually think a graveyard is a great way to do that. Memorialize every death that I've had in the world. I think that would actually be a pretty fun thing to do. So this is my graveyard, a dream. I guess it's a graveyard of dreams, and it's the graveyard to which I dream. Also, that is a very weird looking angel. Not a big fan of that at all. I thought it was a copper golem, but it's clearly more like an alley with weird teeth. A vampire alley, which I'm going to get away from and move into the next review for now. Actually, let's bonk a chicken first. Wee! Oh. Let me try that one again. Wee! Oh, that was weird. I don't know what happened there. Ooh, this is a new space. One with a lot of pets, by the way. I mean, a dog is a pet. A turtle is probably not a pet, and a frog isn't, but, they look like pets when they're together. Speaking of pets introducing me to a Minecraft world, welcome to the... Oh, they've got classes! Welcome to... and there's one for me! Welcome to the next realm, one which is very exciting, and which I'm looking forward to exploring now. In a world like this, I'm excited to see what a locator map looks like. You can tell that this is a console world by the fact that that's there, and you can also tell that they've been playing for a very long time, because it says days played 4,380. That is a very, very large amount of time to dedicate to some Minecraft, but let's see what they achieved in it. Well, I've actually got a lot of compasses to point me around things. Let's start with the map room, because this map isn't very useful. Why is it? Yeah, it's not very useful at all. So let's go to the map room and see if we find something better, because this is a very interesting spawn area. I actually like it. It's a lot of different building styles together, but I think that's interesting. Oh, there's a whole room dedicated to pots over here. Not looking for that. I'm looking for the map room. I'm going to stay focused on this pin. I think it's inside the barracks here. Oh, yeah! Fun! Is this the map room? No, this is just a map on a table. This is the... Wait, what? I feel like I'm heading through someone's base in a way I shouldn't be. This is the map room, maybe? I love this. This is staggering. Oh, it's so beautifully ugly. I love it. Oh, this is the map room. Wow. What the heck am I looking at, even? Also, I love that they've got Nether maps in here. What? How do they even... How does that work? How did they make a map of their Nether? It doesn't work if you try, usually, right? Do they have an add-on for that? Or do they just make little maps to show how the Nether works? Very cool, though. Love it. I love that they've got these little reminder signs like, have you slept? Make sure you... Wait, what the heck? What is this? Oh. Nice. It's a reminder to sleep before you go and leave to the outside world. But yeah, next thing that excites me is a museum. I want to go explore that. In fact, I bet that's what I was at earlier. Now that I critically think about it, is this the museum? I think it must be. No, yeah. Oh, it's a weird museum. It's got paintings, it's got, yeah, pottery shards. Is there anything else in here, or... Why is the museum underground only? Is there another way in, maybe? No, on this side, there's just a minecart rail. I like that it steadily goes up the mountain, don't get me wrong. But I'm very confused at how that is a museum. I feel like I must have missed something huge. I do like that they hid the lodestone pretty well on the wall here. And I also like that there's got to be something in here. Yeah, there we go. There's a ladder and a villager and an empty space. Okay, that's great, I guess. Next stop, the library. Although this looks a lot more like an Aztec temple. So the library is found just over there. In fact, I think this is the library. Oh no, this is the library here. It's a little bit less exciting than whatever this thing is. Can I look at this, actually? Yeah, they can't tell me what to do. This looks like Temple from Minecraft Console Edition. It's very, very nice on the inside. It's a flowery forest. You don't expect that. I love a good contrast. Only a gentleman dressed as well as this could lead you to the classics. I mean, I like the idea. Just to be clear here, even though I don't love the library, I love when people put the effort and build lore and books for their world. It's a surprisingly fun endeavor. Also, what is this? A secret book room? Are there forbidden books that I'm not meant to read down here? Oh, it leads to... Okay, it all ties in together now. It all makes sense now. Don't worry, this is... Oh, actually, it goes deeper. There's a fossil down here, and it goes deeper again. And what do we find now? We find some dudes hiding in Dragon Egg. Actually, that's very cool. You know, 10 out of 10. I love this. Yeah, looking at this world, you can clearly see that there are multiple, like, you know, eras of projects built on top of each other, and that's one of the really cool things about old worlds. I love it. I also love whatever piece of art I can see in the distance there. A shadow with a hamburger in front of it. Wait, is this it's the rock formation where there's like a person-shaped hole in it, right? There's a fun copy pasta about this, so I'm just gonna fly into it and see if... Oh, no, it's not. That's not what that is. Oh, I've got to say, I'm intrigued by whatever this is. Although I think I just trapped myself inside of a cage. So, yeah, my overall takeaway from this, if I am to have one, I think is that this is a really cool world with lots of interesting moving bits. Oh, I bet this is the raid village that the compass even points me to. I've got to say that I really, really, really like this world, because it seemed like a lot of different things built over different times and different... I like that they were putting a lot of work into lore building for themselves too. It's a fun thing to do once you get thousands of days into a world, is to build a reason for all of its existence. And I love that they've given you a reason for that here. I love that they've pulled that off right here in this world. And so, absolutely love it. 10 out of 10. This world, very few notes, but if I had to say what is negative about it... my least favorite thing is that museum. Why is it all underground? Why is there no use for the above ground space? It feels like that's the minimum that you'd want to do. And as we fly around and look at the rest, I guess the most iconic build, the build that makes me want to build it the most from here, I like that underground village, but I'm not sure it's the best. I like this little stadium. I think this is actually very fun. But I think I'm going to look around a little bit longer to see if I can find one build that I'm like, this is what I need to make myself. Because I like the entrance to the cave and everything, but I feel like there might be better in here somewhere. It's not going to be this bridge, although I love the bridge going over the bridge. It's not going to be Stonehenge. Although, again, very, very cutesy thing. Or even the train station. There's lots of fun details here. Oh, look at this mountain. You can tell that this is where the Xbox One Edition world ended and Bedrock came in, because it's done so in such a bizarre way. Although it implies, because this is 1.18 terrain, they only moved from the Xbox One to Bedrock really recently. Or maybe, yeah, that's gotta be what this is. Either they only upgraded in 1.18, or they just never explored this part of their world until then. In either case, it's fascinating. Okay, I like this. I think this is cool. You know, actually, yeah, okay, this is my idea. I like looking at this. It inspires me to make a village made with ice walls on an iceberg biome. You know, everyone makes, like, villager trading farms and halls and stuff. If you're gonna put villagers somewhere, or make a house somewhere, flatten an iceberg, make some ice walls, and then you can live inside of an iceberg. That's actually really cool. Okay, that's my inspirational build from this world. Really love that. We can even go to sleep inside of it. Yeah, absolutely love this. 10 out of 10. Really good stuff. Also, I love that. So this next world is from someone who says I'm a geography YouTuber, which I don't know. There's someone who looks a lot like me who makes geography videos, but it's not me. Sorry to tell you that right now. But they have a beautiful world with what I believe is RTX on. Wait, I can check, right? Yeah, it's RTX because it turns off like this. Very, very sad without RTX. Let's get that right back on. And let's appreciate what's going on with this beautiful looking world. Or is it a beautiful looking texture pack with a world underneath it? You know, let's work that out today here together. So this is RobDev. I think they are someone who regularly watches live streams, so thank you for that. And it's someone who's played over 3,000 days of Minecraft. What have they pulled off in those 3,000 days? They've got a beautiful automatic cactus farm with an automatic sugarcane farm next to it, all feeding into the same hopper, which then goes into a chest together. That's actually slightly confusing, but also logical in a way that I can kind of get down with. We've got a big old bridge over nothing over here, with another bridge looking over there. A bee in the sky, love to see it. We've got the classic chest storage room that is a giant chest. I love that build so much. They've also got a bank with a V next to it. I'm starting to recognize quite a few faces around here. Hey, Sky Height Sugarcane Farm. It's kind of, it's really fun to see how many people who watch these videos, you know, round reviews or otherwise, but people who watch this channel a lot, who, you know, see me do something and, you know, like, see me endorse build, and are like, yeah, actually, I would love to try that. And so it's cool to see how many people have gotten hours of Minecraft fun out of, you know, like, even that lighthouse, for example. It's my terrible, questionable version of it. But it's fun to see how many people get some real joy out of building something that I made in my world. And I'm glad that that is true. Absolutely beautiful. That's for sure. I don't know what this is, though. It's cool. I just don't know what it is. So I'm on the lookout for some major single focal point build. Something to, like, you know, lure my attention towards. Because right now I'm just a little confused. I don't know what I'm supposed to be... I haven't really been guided around. There wasn't, like, a sign or anything. There is a weird little apartment where all the villagers live in their own little rooms. I actually find that to be really nice. Oh, yeah, that glass is questionable looking. But I want to go look inside and see why that is. Yeah, this must be... They're all Fletchers, so this must be a plan to sell sticks and turn them into emeralds. But why? Oh my god, there's so many of them. Okay, I'm not gonna ask questions about why he has a parallel society running back there. I'm just gonna leave that be. It's entirely cool with me. Oh, such beautiful water though. It feels like slightly trippy, like you've got that one effect on you, the one that makes you dizzy. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is real nice. Oh, I called it a Sky Height sugarcane farm, but it's actually a Sky Height bamboo farm, which makes a lot of sense. That is very, very cool. Oh, and look at this. There we go. There's the center point build that I've been trying to look for. I think it might make sense just to turn off. Oh, it looks so ugly. Okay, turn it back on. No, don't want to. There we go. The problem with having beautiful effects on your world is the render distance doesn't allow you to see the top. But yeah, I find this to be a really beautiful collection of stuff, and it's technically a 1.21 build because those are copper doors. So honestly, the feeling that I'm really struck by as I explore this world and all of its glory is honestly how cool it is that via this YouTube channel I've found a bunch of people, or maybe I guess you should say more accurately, a bunch of people have found me who have this shared passion for survival and the same sorts of projects and long-term worlds that I do. because it's the sort of thing that sometimes on YouTube I feel really isolated for. Like it's the norm to make a new world every time you hit 100 days or whatever, right? It's the like the really long-term world that exists and that you build on top of it. It's something I really love doing, and I love that through these videos I found a bunch of people who have that shared interest. And so thank you for being someone who is through with that. But before we leave this last one, I don't know why I'm black, by the way. I just a weird body right here. But I think we have to leave this world with some compliments, some comments, some praise, and a build that I would like to make myself. Also, I used lapis blocks as light blue because I'm rich. So first of all, gotta praise having a 2D version of yourself that's clearly used for a map. I also really like this little bridge leading to a house and a pool filled with big salmon. It looks so good swimming around right now. My anti-praise is the fact that I was a little bit lost around this. Admittedly, I understand most people don't build their worlds to be toured around. Like, would I make signs and guides around my world if it wasn't deliberately designed to be downloaded? It's a very good question. But yeah, I've got to say that there's probably some beautiful stuff that has to be led towards, and I feel like at some point of being in a world, it's worth adding that, even if it's just for yourself. Like, knowing that your world is a accidental art gallery is kind of nice. I also love all this red and white sheep together. It looks so cool, like the way they're mixed together. Maybe that's just me really liking stuff. But I thought this world was great, and I'm really glad that as a result of everything on this channel, that I can I can see people like this and spend time in their worlds, because I think it's so cool. And look at that, even a sky rail thing here. I think it's a really fun thing that makes me feel special. So thank you for allowing me precisely that. Thank you for joining me for today's Realm review, and I hope you enjoyed this 5th world. Let me know which was your favourite, and let me know if we should do this again, because I've got so many other Realm invites from just 1.21. Oh, I've got a lot of these. I need to start removing some, huh? Then I've got to work out something to do with them. So let me know if you want to maybe see me going through and just seeing, I don't know, like the 10 best and worst, or we should work out something fun with that. I think it'll be great. But for now, thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed Realm Review this week, because I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Wee. Oh.